And also, I like cooking pho, some really good pho, and getting a good banh mi, and then getting the best rice paper rolls.
Are you sure you are a tourist but not a Vietnamese person? Because because you sound
It's pretty crazy. Like, I wrote the song that changed my life, I guess. I've because of that song, I was able to travel all over the world and meet incredible people, eat incredible food, and along the way, I have two, soon three kids,
um,
and yeah, I have built a very very nice life over the last 7 years.
and like your song does not just change your life, but it's changed a lot of Vietnamese people's life as well. Like
And it's I think it's also difficult to understand.
yeah, like a lot of Vietnamese artists took the song 7 years, like as their inspirations, and
Oh
it
wow. When I wrote the song, I was 25. Now I'm 35. When I wrote the song, I had no kids. I did not travel the world with my songs, and I didn't have a wife. Now I have kids. I travel the world. I have a wife. Like, it's like I wrote a prophecy of my
yeah.
own life. I wrote about the things I wanted to do, and now I'm doing them. So, like, I think some people, when they play their biggest hit song, they think it's a bit boring to play it again and again and again. For me, I can't get bored of this song because it's like it's coming true while
Yeah.
I'm singing it.
What are you looking forward to? Because right now you have everything. You have a great past, you have family, you have hits all over the world, and everybody knows you for who you are. So, what is the thing that you still looking up forward, and what will open up the next chapter of your career to you?
I mean, I'm looking forward to, for example, visiting Vietnam. Is a country I've never been to before.
Yeah.
And I think it goes again, like in the middle of COVID, I was having these questions like, why am I singing? Who am I singing to? Who am I writing these songs to? It's like I'm writing a letter, but I don't know where I'm sending it. And I remember talking to my manager, and I said to him, I want to do new things because I could retire. I could stay home with my kids. Like, my favorite thing to do is in the morning, I make my coffee, I make the lunchbox for my kids, and then in my bike, I cycle my kids to school, and I love picking them up. I love cooking with them in the evening. So if I travel, it has to be worth it. If I
Yeah.
leave my family, it has to really be worth it. So I have to go and see something new, try something new, do something fun. And yeah, so for example, visiting Vietnam is one thing I would love to do.
Okay. So, uh, three type of food that you want to try if you go to Vietnam.
I mean, I my kids love to make the like the fresh rice rolls at home
Uh,
with the hoisin and like the vegetables and the
yeah.
noodles, and also I like cooking pho. Yeah, I think eating some really good pho and getting a good banh mi, and then
Yeah.
getting the best rice paper rolls.
Okay, so if you want to enjoy rice paper roll, like fresh one, then you can go to Ho Chi Minh City.
Yeah,
But
Ho
if you
Chi
want
Minh.
to, yeah, if you want to enjoy bánh mì, then Ho Chi Minh as well. But if you want to enjoy phở and coffee, then I suggest that you can go to Hanoi.
Yeah, I was been reading actually that
Yeah,
Hanoi is the pho capital. It
yeah,
was funny. I was reading the reason for the pho, like the beef pho, that there was the beef industry was growing so much for the meat, and so there was so many bones left over, and
yeah,
someone started inventing the pho.
yeah. So you enjoy the beef or chicken phở? Yeah.
At home, I cook the chicken pho because then on Sunday I make a chicken in the oven, and then
Yeah.
on Monday I use the chicken with my like different spices to burn
Okay.
in the saucepan with the onions and make the pho.
Are you sure you are a tourist but not a Vietnamese person? Because because you sound like
I
one.
just I just like food,
Yeah.
and I don't like when food goes to waste. You know, I was born in a house with no toilet, no bathroom, and like when I say born in the house, I mean born on the couch in the house. Uh, and so I think even now, when I have, you could say, everything, I still remember how it was to eat leftovers and like use everything from a meal. So when we have chicken on Sunday, we have soup on Monday. Like sometimes it's pho, sometimes it's more traditional vegetable soup, like Danish vegetable soup with chicken broth. Um, but yeah, I think it's a good way of teaching the children also that just because we have money doesn't mean we have to let things go to waste.
That is one the story you just told me is one of the reason why I really love your music, because like through your music I can live a bit of your life. I know more about your
Mm,
family. I know about your dad, and may he rest in peace. But I know it, and I know your pain. Sometimes I experience it as well.
yeah,
So
I try to make that. I try to write the song so simple that you can just feel it when you're listening to it.
yeah, and sometimes I compare a little bit comparisons between Lucas Graham music to my Posner. You know that guy?
Oh yeah,
My Posner, yeah.
yeah.
He had the same kind of like struggle with fame and fortunes, and he have struggle with like loss of his family member as well.
Mm.
So your song and his song really helped me a lot to overcome struggle in life.
I'm happy to help.
Yeah.
And I
So
can tell you that Mike Posner is a really nice guy also.
yeah, I know right now he's teaching yoga everywhere and
Yeah,
teaching people
doing
how to
like
like.
ice baths and
Yeah,
Woo! That's why I feel so good when I get out of here.
and everything.
yeah.
So because you have a lot of different and struggle in your life, so is there any special thing in your creative process that lead you to those type of
I think
problems?
I don't know if you could say that everything in my life is together making the songs, but also it's like the honesty about the pain that I've been living. It makes it a little bit easier, you know. It's like when I write it down on a piece of paper, the burden on my back becomes a little smaller.
Mm.
And then like I like writing songs that I would like to listen to. Like I'm trying to write some songs that I feel are missing in the world, you know?
So did you feel like you are missing a cheat code when you when you're writing the latest song?
Yeah, in some sense, I think it people there's a lot of songs about love and relationships, and I kind of wanted I wanted one that was a little more specific, like keep the fire burning, like make sure that your wife is satisfied
Mm,
and you might have an easier life.
okay, so to me, your music are always well polished and meticulously put together, yet it sounds candid and true to life. Any reason behind that, or is just the type of way that you want to make music?
Yeah, you could say that my like one thing that I'm really good at is I know what I'm bad at. Like I don't play any instruments and I don't produce music, so I always collaborate with someone who's very good at what they do. I'm really good at writing songs, but I'm not good at producing them and I'm not good at playing the right instruments. So I like writing the songs, and then Kisso, for example, on this next album, he's producing the whole thing and making sure we have a red thread through the sound and making sure that it all like is interesting to listen to, you know?
Okay. So any genre that you want to like, you just said that you are not that good with instrumental, but like you are really good with writing. So any
Mm.
genre that you want to experience your writing. Next.
No, I mean it kind of depends. Like the genre of the songs I release and write kind of changes a little bit. It's always a mix of so many different things. I take my inspiration from rap music, folk music, pop music, rock music. Um, so I just like writing. But yeah, I would like to write some country songs and maybe also write some EDM and some different electronic music just because it's fun.
Yeah. Vietnamese people love EDM and house music. So,
Yeah.
well, if you love us, then you can try.
Yeah.
So it is a really rare occasional to have a chance to talk with you. So I just want to ask that, are there any plan in the future or near future that you want to share with us? Like a news album, a new EP, or something else?
I mean, next year, there's gonna be a new album. This year, I'm actually gonna release a Christmas song, a really cool Christmas song with a very talented female artist. I'm not telling you who it is yet.
Yeah.
And last year we were supposed to come to Vietnam, but the promoter, the festival, canceled us. So I hope to get another invitation to come to Vietnam soon, because as I said, one thing that makes me want to keep doing what I do is going to new places, eating new food, meeting new people.
Mm. Just for your information, right now in Vietnam, we have a lot of different music festival. And after this interview, I'm sure that there will be a lot of people trying to contact you.
Well, I would hope so. I still have some time available this year if anybody wants to give us a call.
Okay. So right now, if we're looking back about your music career, then you guys have achieved the greatest feat in music, like playing at the Grammy, going on world tour, and being on top of lots of music lists. Is there anything back then when you guys still a 7-year-old kid that you are still dreaming of that you haven't tried yet?
I think we surpassed my childhood dreams a long time ago.
Yeah.
I think, like I said earlier, for me, it's about traveling the world. For me, it's about singing songs, and also that you were talking about that I'm inspiring people. And that feels pretty crazy to be able to, from the songs I write and the concerts I do, to inspire people all over the world. And then also, I think now it's about inspiring my children, showing them that if you can reach your dreams, and that but also that money and fame is not the important part. Like, the important part is like being good to your family, being good to your friends, and especially to the strangers that you meet. Yeah, my dad always told me that it doesn't matter if you're the richest man in the world if you can't be nice.
Yeah. This year,
Yeah.
2024, your daughter Viola is 7 years old now.
She's 7 years old right now. Yeah.
Yeah. Any dream that is special from her that make you feel like proud of her or make you feel moved by when she shared that with you? Are there any dream?
I think that she wants to be like an animal doctor, a veterinarian. I think that's pretty cute.
Yeah.
But also, I had her in the bike. Like, I have this bike with a box in front, and that's how I drive around the town with my kids. And I was stopping in front of a shop, and I saw a guy called Musli. He was always a little touched in the head when we were children, and he's still very strange now. He's kind of homeless, drug addict, and
Okay.
and I said hello to him, and he's looking really weird, and he's like, "Lukas, I don't see you a lot," like, because he's walking around town like a crazy person collecting bottles, right?
Yeah.
And then he just turned around and walked away, and my daughter said to me, "I can understand you said hello to him, Dad, because I don't think a lot of people do."
Yeah.
And it's like, it's good to remember these little weird kids that grow up to become weird adults, that someone says hello to them. And I think it was crazy that to experience my daughter was like, yeah, it's good to say hello to people like that.
Yeah. It's like the same experience that you have when you talk about your father. Is that when you were a child, you learn a lot from him that he didn't told you, but like you learn a
Yeah,
lot from him.
you learn a lot. I mean, your children, they don't do what you tell them to do. They do what they see you do.
Yeah. And at the same time, your daughter is teaching you more about also
Oh,
everything around you.
my children are teaching me patience, and they're teaching me humility, and they're teaching me about myself.
Yeah. Did they teach you about music too?
Yeah, they want to listen to a little bit different music. So I'm trying to play some Beatles for them, and some Rolling Stones, and
Okay.
instead of Baby Shark, I play them some Taylor Swift.
Ooh, what cool dad, cool dad. You are a freaking cool one. Okay, so we are almost out of 15 minutes. Can you say something to the audience in Vietnam so that they know that you are ready for Vietnam?
I want to say thank you for listening to the songs I write. When I come back, I hope to hook up with Vu, and because we had a song together some years ago, and I have never met him in person still because of COVID. And yeah, I just want to say thank you for listening to what I do. It's insane that you guys on the other side of the world like my songs. You're telling me Vietnamese artists were inspired by a song like 7 years. That touches my heart deeply.
Yeah.
I hope to come to Vietnam soon to have some pho in Hanoi and some spring rolls in Ho Chi Minh City.
Thank you very much for the conversation, and I hope you have a great day.
Oh, I hope so. And thank you for taking the time. It really means a lot to me.
Yeah, and I hope
Thank you.
everything good will happen to you this year.
Thank you. Likewise to you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Bye.
When you love